You might think that NIO is the better EV bet right now, especially after NIO stock price crashed in the past 6 months, but you could be wrong about this one. In this video, I will do a full analysis of Xpeng, and in about 8 minutes you will understand why it's a better investment than NIO, for example, in terms of profitability, valuation, technology and risks. I've been watching Xpeng for quite some time now, and I need to be honest, it's not the type of a company I'm usually comfortable with. The company is still burning cash, it's not profitable, and it's actually operating in one of the most competitive markets in the world. But lately the things started to change, and it feels like Xpeng is actually turning itself into something more interesting than it was before. I wouldn't call the stock of this company a screaming buy, but for those who are willing to take on some risks and for those who want to diversify their portfolio and maybe to add on some Chinese stocks, it might be a good candidate. Hey there and welcome to the Market Monkeys channel, it's Julia here and let's start from Xpeng Business Outlook. First of all, let's talk about what's happening right now. So in March 2025, Xpeng delivered 33,000 units, which was up 268% year over year. And that's great not only if we take a look at the year over year progress, but also compared to its peers. For example, NIO delivered 15,000 vehicles in the same month, which is a solid number, but it represents just a 26.7% increase year over year. Li Auto, often seen as a more established player in terms of volume, delivered 36,000 vehicles, growing 26% year over year. So while Li still leads in absolute volume, Xpeng is growing much faster than NIO and than Li Auto. Besides that, Xpeng has been delivering over 30,000 vehicles per month over the past 5 months, which is great stable results, unlike NIO, for example, that is struggling with stability. So it gives us that Xpeng delivered 94,000 vehicles in Q1, which is up 331% from the same period last year. I personally am not surprised to see such deliveries because when I look around, especially in country where I live in Israel, I see many more stores of Xpeng opening, and as a result more and more cars on the roads of this company. For example, I have an Xpeng store just a few kilometers from my house, and I see that the brand awareness of this company is growing alongside BYD and Tesla, for example, although I might say that in my opinion brands like BYD and Xpeng are actually capturing market share from Tesla, because I personally know some people, some big fans of Tesla, that started to sell their cars because they don't want to be associated with this company as a result of the recent reputation of Elon Musk. By the way, if you like this video, don't forget to support our channel by pressing a like button, subscribing and writing a comment. Besides that, EV sector is moving really fast and customers want to see some innovation, they want to see some nice new features, and Xpeng is actually delivering. The company is making money by offering features that people genuinely want, like for example GNGP's smart driving system, which had an 86% urban user penetration last month, which is incredible. Now let's talk about tech part of this company, because in my opinion this is something that makes this company stand out. The company heavily invests in research and development, and it brings for them things like, for example, in-house operating system, their own smart driving architecture, and even collaboration with Volkswagen on ultra-fast charging infrastructure. This is both good and bad for the company, because in 2024 they spent about $884 million on R&D, which was 22.4% increase from the year before. So as you realize, these huge spendings hit the short-term profitability of the company, but it also creates a bigger space long-term for the company to capture a market share. The more unique value the company will be able to present to customers, the more customers they will attract. Besides that, I really like that Xpeng is not isolating itself to China, although China is the best market for EVs right now in the world, and I have actually explained it in my article on Seeking Alpha about NIO, and we have information about this on our channel. We have many NIO videos, you can go and check them out later. As I already mentioned, the company has a partnership with Volkswagen. The company expands to Europe. Right now they opened their first store in Poland, the Middle East. As I already mentioned, there are many stores and vehicles of Xpeng in Israel. Not long ago they started their presence in Indonesia, and it all shows that the company has a very strong international ambitions, and the more countries, the bigger presence in other countries the company has, the bigger brand awareness it will get in the future. But let's come back to the reality, talk about profitability, because it's not all flowers and bubbles. In 2024, company had huge losses, and for the full year of 2024, the company reported the total loss of $793 million. This is a lot, although I must say that this is much better than what we saw the year before that, because in 2023 net loss of this company was twice higher at about $1.4 billion. Another great news is that Xpeng has an improving gross margins. In 2024, Xpeng posted a 14.3% gross margin, up from just 1.5% the year before, and it's a great result among the competitors, and it's safe to assume that if deliveries will continue to grow, the gross margins will continue to expand as well. The company reported a negative operating income of $222 million in the past quarter, but at the same time it has $4.5 billion in cash, so they have a solid runway to continue investing in growth without needing to raise capital immediately, unlike NIO, which lately struggles with cash. So for the profitability conclusion, could Xpeng become profitable in the next year or two? The answer is maybe. If the company will continue to deliver, if the gross margins will expand, if the company will cut the spendings for research and development, it's possible, but pay attention, it's not guaranteed. So basically the direction looks right and the returns are far more stable than we saw the year before in 2023, but still anything is possible with the companies like this, especially in the volatile conditions and in a volatile market. The last thing I want to talk about is Xpeng valuation. So Xpeng trades at about 3.4 times price to sales, and that's higher than NIO, that is at 0.92, and Li Auto at 1.2, but significantly lower than Tesla, for example, at 9.5. It's more expensive than BYD, but it's not surprising given that Xpeng delivered the best one-year stock performance among all peers. It's up about 150%. So the main question is whether this rally will continue. And here you must understand that the current valuation leaves a big space for the stock pullback, especially if we will see some major difficulties, like for example tariffs, over geopolitical risks, or some difficulties in the markets in China. We've already discussed many times on this channel that Chinese government actually supports those who want to buy electric vehicles instead of regular ones. But if Chinese GDP won't be growing as fast as they predicted, or if they will have some money difficulties, which is possible because of this trade war that we're seeing right now, they will stop helping people buy EV vehicles, the prices will go up, and of course the deliveries will pull down significantly. Although I must say that here I'm very happy that Xpeng has actually presence in other countries, and it could be hit much less than NIO, for example. Besides that, you must watch our previous video about NIO, because if you didn't, you won't understand why all of the points I just named in this video are great for Xpeng and not so great for NIO. Let me know in the comments which stock do you prefer, Xpeng or NIO. Did you invest in any of them? By the way, you can claim $30 to $50 discount on Seeking Alpha Premium in the first comment in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I will see you on our channel next time. Happy investing!